Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and welcome to a special edition of Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I'm here today to talk to you about Power Rangers Zeo Instruments of Destruction. So when I was thinking about an Adam solo episode for like Asian Heritage Month and everything, I could have went with Mighty Morphin in that one Asian theme episode. But I really didn't want to. Plus, he was kind of like, oh, I forget really what's about, but I really didn't want to go that route. And I couldn't go Turbo because I don't even think he has a solo episode in Turbo. He might not. I can't remember. Plus, I really don't like Turbo that much. And one of the best Adam episodes, other than Once a Ranger, is when he went to In Space and he helped out Carlos. But I've already talked about that episode of Hispanic History Month. And so then I thought to myself, oh, wait a minute. What about that music episode where, there's this mysterious like pianist and everything, and he's like investigating. It's not too heavy Adam centric, but Adam does give some words of encouragement towards the end, and that what makes this episode even greater. And so this episode is very unique for a lot of reasons. One, they're at Angel Grove High School, which the exterior is another high school in California. I forget what it's called, but there's actually, like, whenever you see Angel Grove High School, it only says Grove High School. The Angel part is always like missing because of like the leaves and the bushes. But there's actually a Grove High School in Oklahoma and everything. But the interior of this episode is like half like a production stage and an actual real high school. Because when you're watching it and you see Adam in the classroom and in the halls, it looks very different. It has this weird atmosphere feel to it. That's because they're on location. And it gives it a better feel. It makes Power Rangers look mature. Basically, in this episode, Adam's in his room doing some work, and then he see Cogs hanging out outside, spying on like a window. Instead of whooping on their behind, he just like spies on them, and they're watching somebody play the piano. And Adam is very wowed by who's playing the piano, but he has no idea who it is because this person wears a black cloak. And so the Machine Empire wants this pianist to play for Queen Machina. And so, like, when he's in the hallway with his friends and stuff, a teacher comes up and said that he's been taking the same class twice and he needs to apply himself. So she makes him go into music. This is really interesting when we see Bulk and Skull, because Bulk and Skull, we haven't seen them in high school since like season 2 of Mighty Morphin, because in season 3 they were police officers, junior police officers. And not only that, but they're back to dressing the way they do. And they're back to somewhat being bullies and just really rude and everything. This is very bizarre because they haven't acted this way in a long time, since season 2. And so Bulk is like, making fun of people who play music and this and that. Well, it turns out Skull is forced to take that class as well. He convinces one dude to give him like the drums, and Skull's just being a typical butthead in the entire episode. And so him and Adam, they talk about it, and he doesn't want Bulk to find out he's taking this class because Bulk will make fun of him. Well, at some point in time, like Adam hears the music once again. And when he does, he starts investigating. And so we get a couple of like fight scenes. Not out of morph fight scenes, sadly, but we get some morphed ones. And it's Kat and it's like, Tommy. Tanya and Rocky barely show up. What's really funny is when Kat joined Zeo, she looked ultra white to me. Like, it's funny. Her skin is extra pale. Her hair is extra blonde. And the shade of pink they gave her is like a hot pink. And it just made her glow like white. I've always noticed that about Zio and stuff. She has like a glow to her. And a very lovely one at that. And so while they're fighting the cogs, Adam dances with one because they have to keep that kid theme and stuff like that makes Saban happy. But they basically whoop their behinds. And so because of that, they're unable to find out who the pianist dude is. Well, anyway, when the piano dude, oh, no, wait. So Adam, when he's playing the piano, because he's learned since he was like little and stuff like that, and Skull was very impressed. Well, when he's playing the piano, one of the keys is making a weird noise. And so when Adam looks inside, there's a note talking about piano lessons at a certain time. So he realizes, oh wait, maybe I'm assuming the piano dude wanted him to find that note because he saw like Adam play on it. Now it's pretty obvious who it is. But anyways, so Adam's running out. He's trying to get there, and he sees the dude in the cloak being attacked by the cogs. And so he morphs and he whoops on their behind. The other Rangers, they show up on their jet cycles. And so it's a great Sentai fight. I mean, a great Sentai fight. It is one of the highlights of the old Power Ranger days. And so after whooping on them, they have to call their Zords. And what's her name? Queen Machina, she shows up, but you only hear her voice. You never see her. And so the monster's big. They go to the Zords. They scuffle with the Zords and everything. It's a nice individual Zord scene. Tommy calls on the giant wheel thing. I forgot what it's called. I forgot they even had that. Anyways, they get in the Megazord and they whoop behind. But anyway, Adam goes back to class and he hears the dude playing the piano. He takes off the cloak and it's Skull. I was very shocked to find out. Well, I mean, you knew it was him, but I was still shocked to find out it was him. Skull does not want Bulk to find out whatsoever because he know Bulk will not accept him. And the thing is, he doesn't want people to know he's this good. This was really interesting because Jason Narvi, he actually talks in his real voice during this scene. Normally when he does the Skull voice, it's very high pitch and a lot of energy. But here is very calm, it's very normal, it's his real voice. And those two have a really good heart to heart. And I really love this scene from Skull. What a lot of people don't know about Jason is that he's actually a trained pianist and everything. And he studied in Shakespearean theater. And he gives a very profound, heart to heart with Adam, which is just amazing. And it's one of those things that you see. When Skull is not around Bulk, he knows how to apply himself, which explains why he had a suit and a limo in Power Rangers Samurai when he reunited with Bulk. But then I guess he later turned all that in just to work at a sandwich shop with him. And so he tells Adam that, he's been practicing since he was 3. He was forced to. And Adam tries to convince him to play in the symphony thing that's going on tonight, the concert. Skull, of course, doesn't want to do it. And he's all what if people laugh at me and everything? Because he's known for being a not so bright person. And Adam tells him, you don't think about what other people think. But then he's worried about Bulk. And Adam then tells him straight up, and you're thinking this in your head, and what you're thinking is what Adam says. If Bulk is really his friend, then he will accept him and be proud of him. So Skull gives it a try. And everybody's shocked and surprised, and they laugh at him a little bit, but Adam makes everybody start clapping for him. And then Skull just plays his heart out. And it is amazing to hear because the dude actually knows how to play. Well, of course, Bulk comes in being a jerk towards people, eating popcorn, and he wants to know who the dweeb playing the piano is until he sees who it is. And he is shocked and surprised when he goes on stage. Skull is like scared and trying to explain, but Bulk actually says something nice, talking about how proud he is, and that's like the best thing he's ever heard. And this was a great moment for like Bulk, but an even greater one for like Skull. And if it wasn't for Adam, like, giving him that advice and the courage to perform in front of everybody, he never would have done that. Happy Asian and Pacific Islander month, everybody. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.